the most hilarious Twitch streamer 8 months ago, Eris. You know what? True. I agree with this.
Calypso? Whatever, I'll just call it.
You want to know what makes Eris so funny? Authenticity. He's fucking authentic. And that's so rare on Twitch these days, with everyone algorithm farming and trend farming and what is it, forced positivity and all this other fucking annoying streamer shit. And then Eris is playing Resident Evil 2, not fixing his camera, and it's authentic. So everything he says and does is just funnier, and I love it. Now I'll watch the video.
Hardcore CP. That'll make it sound like I'm a seasoned veteran. It's like a colloquialism. Done. Huh? What's CP?
I don't know what CP is.
Don't do that? Okay. Okay, what's that? Uh-oh, I better hit Google. Hardcore CP. Oh, God.
What is it?
Oh,
child porn.
All right, don't do that.
Oh,
you're banned.
Oh, you.
That's the only person I've banned today. Hey, you're the first person I've banned in my 40s. Hopefully the first of many. Anyway, good riddance. Thanks, Phil McCracken Gailey. And thanks,
This makes me want to read.
That's a combination, dude.
He goes for the universal overhead, then backs away.
Oh,
Danger!
That's it. Last. Oh! Oh!
Okay.
Oh! 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 What the? That was crazy, dude. That was crazy. He went over. He went over, dude. That was crazy. And he punished it with the EX Lariat.
Eris, in my opinion, is the funniest person in the fighting game community. He's a phenomenal storyteller.
My carbon monoxide filter was going off, and I just threw it away because I knew that it was, I just went with my instinct. My instinct was that it was malfunctioning because I changed the batteries and it was still making noise. So the only two possibilities were that this place is full of carbon monoxide or it's malfunctioning. I Googled it. Those are the two possibilities. And I was really getting sleepy and wanted to just rest my eyes for a bit. So I decided, you know what, man, I'll throw this in the trash and go to bed. We'll see what happens. If I wake up, then it was malfunctioning. And it was. It was. I was perfectly fine. It was malfunctioning. I got a new one. And it didn't make any noise. And I remember looking at the app thinking, this guy is going so fast. And then I told Char, I was like, Char, look how fast this guy's going. He's gonna crash. Because I know that street. There's no way you could be going that fast on that street. I know that street. I go fast on that street. He's going too fast. And I get a fucking phone call from the Philippines. And the lady says, we are sorry to let you know that your dasher was involved in an accident. And I said, all right, well, that's fine. When do I get my wings? And she's like, we're going to have to cancel the order and you can replace an order. And I said, wait a minute, he's right there. I know where he is. Can I go get my wings? From like the crash site, you know? And she was like, no, I'm sorry, sir. And I didn't get my wings. It's right there, man. Let me just, excuse me, dead guy.
Has such a unique personality.
Loving it right now. Look at you. For some
No, dude. Is that? No, dude. Is that who I think it is? It is. It is, dude. That's my boy, dude. That's my boy. I think that guy's name is Death, Taxes, and Anime. That's a dude. That's my boy. It's him. It's him. Haunt the ghost of evil past. That guy used to sit at the front row of every tournament with his legs wide open, cosplaying as a girl, and his balls were showing. That's him. I know that guy. He's a legend. Every time I saw that guy, every time he'd be like, "What up, Eris?" I'd be like, "Hey, what's up, man?"
And intoxicating laugh.
Prime, you still got heat! Oh, God! He's gonna do it! Winner side of the bracket! Prime taking it with amazing clutch there! Huge pop-ups back to the wall!
I gotta see that again. Laughing is the absolute best thing you could do. It's like the best thing you could do. Laughing and like nutting. That's like up there. Pretty close. So, I mean, those are top activities.
Oh, you.
Can I?
Laughing and nutting at the same time?
Is he trying to do it?
I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that next time.
I didn't hear him as it came up. What did he say?
Next time.
Fuck, I missed it again. Whatever.
Subscribe if this makes you laugh. I post videos every single day. Enjoy the rest of the video.
I've seen every.
What's the
clip he's looked
ESRB rating for this game? I don't remember.
The
I don't
thing
know.
is, he's so
It doesn't have
consistently
blood.
a South right
And
mate.
it doesn't have any dismemberment at all.
He's always in
It
the
does have
bottom right
some
corner.
big ass titties.
Oh, damn, look at that dude.
So if terms of service was going to be that strict, yet still not ban the use of the word retard, that should tell you that it's not that bad. If you think it's that bad, then you're obviously overly sensitive. Because in a scenario, in a world where Twitch is extremely picky about what you can and can't do, for them to allow the word retard, that should tell you that you are way oversensitive about it. I'm not saying it's a word that you should necessarily use all the time, but using that word should not be illegal, at least for the time being. But who knows? Those MILFs that like to party while they're pregnant might win in the end. Eventually, they're probably going to be like, well, there's enough MILFs that like to drink and smoke while they're pregnant that now, at this point, we can no longer say that shit. They party too hard.
What?
But for now, it's legal.
We get there.
Thanks. But you know how I am, right? Like, I don't necessarily need to like shake
many
everyone's
girls' parties,
hand
right,
and
he's
everything. So I was going around and I was saying hi to people, what's up? A couple people shaking hands, whatever. And then I wanted to say hi to Kizzy K. Kizzy K was there, you know? And so I went up and I said, hey, what's up, Kizzy K? How's it going, man? I just wanted to say hello. This guy turned around and this motherfucker straight up hug, hip, double hug, what up? Like, yeah, we might as well have fucked each other. And I was like, oh. I immediately was like, it totally was like over, dude. It was like the craziest greeting I've experienced in ages, dude. He was happy to see me, and I was happy to see him too. But it was just like, all right, well, there goes that idea of not shaking hands. This game looks so fucking stupid, dude. Look at this, dude. Purple lasers in the back. A bumblebee. He just activated special needs mode right there. Jetpacks, red. This is crazy, dude. Forget it. Just open your eyes and look at this shit. Chipotle right there on the bottom. Just got a new arcade stick as a new fighting game player. Any tips? You already fucked up because arcade sticks are like a fucking joke now. You want leverless. An arcade stick is like, what is this grandpa doing? That's like watching a movie on a VCR. What are you doing, man? Playing on an arcade stick? Yeah, what you want is a leverless, like a hitbox, some shit, and you want to do drugs. Smelling salts, and what's that shit called? You know that drug that all these punk bitches be taking? What's that shit called again? Adderall. Yeah. So first you need a hitbox, then you need some Adderall, and you need a body pillow. And once you get all three of those things, you're pretty much a pro fighting game player these days. Guile's hair looks weird? You mean like everything else looks normal, but Guile's hair specifically looks weird?
Oh no!
Yeah, you're right. It really stands out as, you know, the weirdest looking thing. You have a good point. Yeah, you have a good point. Yeah, Guile's hair is definitely one of the weirdest looking things. Don't permaban him, but you can if you want to while I'm not looking. Damn, that guy caught 100,000 seconds? How long is that? Whatever, dude. You know you shouldn't have done that. Name 10 books? Are you aware I used to work at a library, and are you also aware that you are permanently banned? I've read more books in my life than both of your dads combined. I worked at a library for 6 years, and that was before we had smartphones. So all you did was read books. You will never read more books than I have read. Oh, el Mario se está allá! Damn, did you see that? That was sick. I used to follow this guy on Twitch who used to play Dark Souls games. He used to play Dark Souls games with his feet.
Oh, I love this.
And he would put the camera on his feet and play Dark Souls games on an arcade stick. No joke. He used to play that shit and beat the games and shit, right? And then I later found out that this guy has no hands.
Thank you.
What a poser. I unfollowed him. What? That's ridiculous. That's not even that sick, dude. Because if you got no hands, your feet are your hands. Anyone with no hands could do that. I thought this guy was a regular guy with hands that learned how to play Dark Souls with his feet. Now that's impressive. No hands. This guy could probably eat breakfast with his feet, brush his teeth with his feet. The guy's a poser. Come on, man. I'm looking at my phone at Twitch.
Oh shit.
It says that I'm live. I'm live? Whoa. I'm live. I'm live. Shut up, bitch. Shut up, bitch. Yeah, elderly flaming other elderly. Dude, my grandma talks shit randomly about people she hasn't seen for like 50 years. Talk shit about them. How they were dumb. They could be dead. For all we know, they could be long dead. And she just talks shit about how they never knew how to read a book. Uneducated. I'm like, damn, dude, chill. Like, this is like a lifelong to the grave hating. She's like a master hater. It's insane, dude. Hating on people she hasn't seen for 50 years. That shit is so tight. Speaking of hate, 4 cent. Thanks for rating me. But man, you really gotta get get these guys out of here, please. Could you turn that shit off, dude? Look, no offense, man. I'm a big fan of yours, but your chat, they gotta go, man. Anyway, hope you're doing great. Happy New Year, man. Anyway, you 4 cent fans, you're on thin ice and you're all fat. Alright? So keep that shit clean, please. I think the reason why they say they're new is because on every other stream on this entire platform, if you say you're new, you get your dick sucked by the streamer. Welcome in! Come on in, amigo! Red carpet. Hey, don't forget to use your Prime! That's probably why they're like, I'm new. They want to get a fucking blowjob out of us, and it ain't gonna happen. You're new? Go fuck yourself, bitch! What the hell? All right. Man, people in the chat room, dude. There was like some conversation. I was offline, and there was some conversation going on in the chat room, and some ESL random new guy was in the chat room saying like, oh, we don't have that in my country. And one of these regulars in here, fucking asshole, tagged him and said, I wish you didn't have Twitch in your country. God, that shit made me laugh so hard. I wasn't even streaming, dude. It was so funny, dude. Wish you didn't have Twitch in your country. What a bunch of dicks.
Oh my. Oh, in the front.
I'll give it up.
On the same side.
Little bait there from JB to off the driver's jab.
I'll give it up, you bitch.
I was gonna say a single.
Yeah, I like that. That was funny.
JB.
Put rules in the chat if you don't want questions. Are you crazy, dude? The rules are unwritten so that I can
It's actually
catch
crazy how
little
many fighting games
cocksuckers
we've
like
seen in the
you who
background just for this
think that
video.
they could say stupid shit in here. I
There's so
understand
many
you're
now.
used to other streams where people put rules and shit, but I don't have to do that. If I don't put the rules, what it does is it allows me to reveal who's a little bitch. You see how well it worked on you? I would have never known you were a bitch if I had listed the rules there. So thankfully, this is a clear reason why I don't put rules up. It works like a charm. It reveals who's a fucking demanding cocksucker who thinks that they can do whatever the fuck they want. This is the same as those dumbasses who say shit like, freedom of speech, bro. You don't understand the first thing about freedom of speech. You could do or say what you want, but it doesn't mean you will not get fucked up for it. Okay? Thank you. Like that.
Damn, he's in.
Like that. Like that. And then like that.
What is this fucking...
Why do you still stream in 720p? Just because I think it's funny. Because that way people like you ask me that and then I ban them. It helps me reveal who I don't want in here. They can't resist, you know? It's impossible for you to sit here and enjoy the stream without opening your fat fucking mouth. So since you opened it, I'm going to have to shit in it. Anyway, enjoy that meal. Soft serve. Like if I could go back in time and tell myself that, you know, back when I used to really love Tekken a lot, if I could tell myself that Tekken 8 would have Chipotle pants before it was a good game.
That's funny. Yes.
How do we prevent this future from happening? It'll be like the movie Terminator. I gotta figure out, like, you know, what do? We gotta send someone back in time and do something about this. It's my fault. I mean, who else can I blame? You can't do combos that you haven't practiced. You think I could just fucking, like, well, let me think of something you could relate to. You think I could just grab a dick and suck it at a world champion level like you? No. You need to suck some dicks, right? To get on that level. You gotta practice. Big dicks, small dicks, two dicks, harmonica. You know, you can't just fucking jump in there and expect to just be able to be an expert. You need to practice. You see? Harmonica, trombone, the usual. You need to practice. So I can't be upset with myself for dropping combos. It's impossible. All I could do is keep trying and not get frustrated. Even if it means this bigot gives me a peace sign. Ken Masters, bigot character. I'll get him next. I remember old people saying like these new games are trash. It's all about this old ass weak shit like elevator action. It's like, man, listen, Grandpa, shut the fuck up, bitch. Shouldn't you be having some Metamucil and shit watching your programs? And now look at me. And I'm right.
How long
and
is
you know
this
what
video?
that means? They were
knows how long?
right. And you know what that means? I was a bitch, which means you are a bitch. That's crazy. This is shit you learn as you get older. Think about that. But I'll be back tomorrow around 3.
I'm gonna hear this last
3
one.
or 4, and we'll watch Third Strike, top 24 to top 8, and also probably some Tekken sprinkled in. Are you gonna have Chipotle for dinner? Over my dead body. Anyway,
it might even be
keep in mind that in the terms of that I agreed. Whoa, never mind. I'm not busy. Just a sec.
Got it.
What?
All right.
Not busy. I got.
Here they are.
My plans were canceled.
For the headphones. Let's get
Okay, let's see if I can get a guard break. That was good! Okay, another guard break. Yes! Yes! That's if he blocks the inbound gunshot, you can't block that super. If you block the inbound gunshot, the super is guaranteed. So the only way to not get hit by that is to get hit by the inbound gunshot. So you have to get hit by that. Then, if I know you're going to get hit by that, of course, I could combo off of it.
Okay. All right.